Hey.
Hey everyone, we are live from Gallifrey. We want to say welcome back after a couple weeks of hiatus.
Yes. The TARDIS took us so many other places besides where we needed to be, and that's where I felt at least. I think we need to be here, but...
Yeah, we were at Comic-Con last week. I caught a little bit of the con crud,
Yep.
so if I have a coughing attack, I apologize. I might have to step away.
Yeah, but we love you still.
It's
I
true.
don't know. I just wanted to say that.
All right, we do love you guys. How many people are in the chat? Say hey. What's up?
We got a few people in there. Go ahead and say hello to us. We'll say hello to you. It's always a great
we're
thing
trying
to
to
do.
really build this fandom. We know that a
Yes.
lot of you on like that hashtag show are not Whovians yet, but we are trying to slowly rope you guys in. So if you guys can share this out to any of your friends, start watching Doctor Who, come chat with us. We really appreciate it. Today we're actually going to talk about school reunion, which is a really fun episode because we get to see Sarah Jane Smith come back. And for those of you who don't know, she was with the Doctor for the third and fourth Doctor, I believe.
Yeah, so it's like the times of Doctor Who where a lot of people unfortunately didn't watch, and a lot of people choose not to go back to watch it. It's fine. 2005 and forward is pretty much where we are anyway, and that's what we're reviewing. So with that being the case, we do want to still say hello to some people. We have Donnie Pearson in the room. We have 4JR and also Tom Craven. There are a few other people, but they're not saying anything yet. But hello, you guys. How you guys doing? We are once again discussing the episode called School Reunion.
Yeah, and it's super fun. And I like that we get Rose in the very beginning as the cafeteria lady, where I feel like she belongs, kind of.
Yep.
You know, because I feel like that's all she's good at. Spoon gravy.
Making
snarky remarks and making people feel kind of cruddy about themselves and being jealous.
It's very interesting that she is the chip girl.
Yeah.
And later...
Come on, wake up.
I'm sorry. Later we have Billy, Billy who gives us chips too, and Billy Piper is the name of the actual actress, and then Billy is the name of the character. So Chip Girl. It's like, oh my gosh, this is going on. You know, it was interesting. I love that part.
And honestly, like, I kind of feel like it reminded me a little bit of the Rick and Morty episode where they have to get the seeds from the tree that you shove up and it makes you brilliant.
Oh God!
And it makes you incredibly smart. And I kind of feel like Rick and Morty might have saw this and was like, hey, we could just make this a little bit grosser.
A little bit, just a little bit.
Well, we're gonna take that.
Oh
consuming
my
things,
God!
Having things dissolve inside of you, and making you incredibly intelligent for a short period of time.
It works. But yeah, I mean, we started off the episode with, of course, as I call him, Professor Giles. I'm sorry, I like Buffy the Vampire Slayer. So we get Professor Giles who shows up, and we automatically look at him like, I don't know if he's the best person. You know he's not the best person because his hair was slicked back. That's automatically. That's what. Yeah, because you think about it, everyone else has like product and they stick up. He had product and he slicked it back. Like, I'm a 1980s like stockbroker and like that whole thing. So you look at him and you're like, okay, he's definitely a bad guy. And it followed through.
That's true. And I feel like it fits, but I feel like the biggest shocker in this one is Mickey is there when the doctor's like, hey, your boyfriend is the one that called us here, blah, blah, blah.
When he said, I was like, wait, which one? Who are we talking about?
Yeah. Because, I mean, Rose falls in love with everyone that she sees and definitely doesn't like Mickey. So it was a surprise to see that Mickey was there and was the person that actually called them to action in this episode saying, hey, I noticed something weird. There's a school going on and I need you to come check it out. And I like how Rose is like, hey, I was just hoping maybe you called home because you missed me. And it's like, Rose, you treat him like trash. You've been telling him to get away since, like, season 1, episode 1.
He's a fiend for abuse, you know? He likes it that way.
Come on, Mickey.
He's down with S&M in a way, you know? He's like, yeah, just hit me and tell me I'm
I also don't like her, how she's like, oh, I love the doctor, but when he's not here, then I love Mickey because Mickey's gonna, like, make me feel better. Oh, Mickey, I don't really like you because how the doctor's paying attention to me. Or like Adam, but now he has a hole in his head, so I can't like him.
One of the greats said it. If you can't be with the one you love the one you're with. And that's what's happening. So she's always loving the one she's with, whoever that is at the moment, you know?
And if you want to tune into Quest for Player 2 on Tuesdays, we'll be talking more relationship advice.
Exactly. No, but honestly, when it comes to it, she's an opportunist. And it's just whoever's around me at this moment is the person I'm going to connect to. So she connects to Mickey, and I love the fact that Mickey was the man in the chair.
He really was in this one, but also the writers paint him as so incompetent. Like, he's always, like, bumping around. No one really gives him any respect. Like, when there's rats in the freezer, he's like, ah, and you think it's a woman screaming. You think it's, like, anyone else except for Mickey. And they always make fun of him. They, like, undermine him. They, take away his masculinity. They make him like very, and they like tease him relentlessly. And
definitely.
Like, I'm wondering what was the purpose of this in the writing room. Are they trying to make him more like, I don't know, relatable in some way?
See, I don't think it's more
Are we
relatable.
supposed to make fun of Mickey too? Because I feel bad making fun of Mickey. Like, his girlfriend's already too tiny to him.
I think when you think about it, when you look at how they wrote it, what they did, they chose to take away the agency. That's what they did. So now it's like by doing so. Well, to the ends of ultimately making it so that when we say goodbye to him again, we don't feel bad. We don't feel like we're being judgmental.
We never feel bad because he's a coward in the beginning.
There you go. And that's the thing.
Like,
so we have to keep that through line. If you keep him this way, where he's a coward, he's someone that you never want to be able to look up to, you'll be fine when they finally say, okay, because, you know, ultimately happens, or they're like, all right, go away again. You don't feel bad. You're just like, yeah, well, he was just there for what we needed him for, and now he's gone.
But
he's
we don't even really need him. Like, in this particular episode, they could have had the call to action because the TARDIS took them there. We didn't need Mickey, so I don't understand. Are they just trying to make it like a more diverse show? And this is like, hey, you know, affirmative action kind of thing where it's like, we gotta throw one in there.
You.
And I don't know, I don't want to be racist, but for you watching the show, does
that's
it seem
exactly
weird
what I
that
thought.
he's,
That's
like,
exactly what it felt like. I was like, well, you know, if you're gonna at least put him on the show, make him useful. Don't put him on the show just because you need to have him there. And it's like thank God we got a token. And you're like, no, not today, guys. Not today.
I don't know.
British, I thought you guys were a little bit better. Nope, same thing.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just weird. He's just like shoehorned into episodes. He had no reason to really be there, and he called him back. And like, Rose isn't particularly nice to him. The doctor is way nicer than Eccleston was, but still makes fun of him. It's like, you scream like a girl.
Yeah, he said, oh, well, you screamed like a girl.
Yeah.
You know, like pigtails. He was like,
and they just make fun of him. And it makes me feel bad for Mickey because but I also don't like him because he is a coward and he keeps coming back and groveling and being like, oh, please love me.
But then,
can I go on your adventures? Like, I know you wanted Sarah Jane and you still ignore me, but like, I'm here too.
When he did say, like, ooh, can I go with you? And I was like, okay, you're not talking to Sarah Jane. Yeah. Clearly, we knew that, but he was like, oh, I have to make sure it's clear. I want to go with you guys. And the doctor gives a look where it's like, yeah, sure, I guess.
Yeah,
man,
he was like,
whatever.
I mean.
But everyone
But
was
even Rose was like, I don't want him to come.
Yeah, exactly.
She had that look of like, oh, like, I want to spend time with the doctor because I think he's hot, but we haven't hooked up yet. It's gonna kind of make things weird.
Yeah, because Mickey, I mean, I'm gonna have to go back to that pool room over there and bang out the doctor. I don't need you hearing me, you know. So
it's like you're my Earth boyfriend. This is my alien boyfriend. I want to go on alien adventures.
Yeah, it's like summer you, summer you, blah blah. Yeah, it's like that's the way it works. He should know his boundaries, and he doesn't, especially when it comes to her.
But also, as a guy, though, I feel like he's obviously. I don't want to. What's the word I'm looking for? He doesn't.
Cuck.
Okay.
Cuck is the word you're looking for.
All right.
He's definitely a cuck.
Yeah.
Mickey is a cuck. Like, he'll stand there and watch while it happens, and she's like, enjoy it. And he's like, I love it. But he
still goes back to her.
He's
and
horrible.
I want him to stand up for himself. I want him to have agency. I want him to have some respect for himself.
I would love that.
And I think maybe when he has respect for himself, the others will respect him too. But the writers of this show just kind of
because
do him
the thing
dirty,
is, he literally is a tool. He's a tool just to be used to sometimes help with advancing the story, but he's not important as far as what happens in the TARDIS.
I agree.
He's not needed. So the thing
he's
is,
there for comic relief, but it's not that comical when they're bullying him. Like, I don't think bullying is especially funny. And like, I don't know if this is a thing of the times of like back then, like you kind of wanted to have that person to like clown on, and that is funny because you know, in every group too, you have that one person that you just make fun of because whatever reason.
Yeah, and if you guys don't know who that is,
as you grow up, then it's probably you.
Yeah, exactly. If you don't know who it is, it's most likely you. Everyone's laughing at you.
It is.
So.
And it's like, and the thing is, they're never laughing with Mickey. They are definitely laughing at Mickey, and it rubs me the wrong way. I don't know.
Well, it's just the thing is, right now they say behind every strong man is, you know, a woman, and we know later Mickey pairs up with the right woman for him. So until then, what he has
is a little miles away from where we are now.
But so what he is right now, he's still a mirror of just like held up to Rose, and Rose is just a person that, like, for all intents and purposes, she is just a kind of big ball of confusion. She makes no sense. Things that she does, as far as like one moment she'll have a cohesive thought and action, and then later it's like, wait, that does not go in tune with what you just did. And it's like, that's exactly what we get with Mickey, where there are moments where it's like, oh, here goes a redeemable moment. Nope, that was not a redeemable moment. It was just a setup for a joke.
Right,
and that's it.
I want Rose Rose to make up her mind too. It's like, do you fancy the Doctor or do you fancy Mickey? Because if you do not fancy Mickey, I feel like you need to have that sit-down conversation. Tune into Quest for Player 2 on Tuesdays. That, hey, this was fun and we had like a good romp. And you know what? This alien guy is way more competent, respectable. Takes me places that you obviously can't. We don't know what you do for a living, and you know, I don't have to pay for anything with this guy.
That's very true. Now, Tom Craven does say something kind of interesting. Maybe they had a long run, like a long con idea, where what they wanted to do was make him a zero to a hero. And that's how the whole thing they're saying.
I mean, they kind of do try to do that eventually,
Sure.
But I feel like you have to give him some sort of qualities in the beginning to show that he has and you play that quality up more and more, but he's a coward. And
True.
He doesn't respect anyone. He doesn't know what's going on. And even in the hallway where they're like, okay, you do this, and Rose kind of undermines him again and be like, do you even know where to go? He's like, yeah, of course I do. And he walks away and he comes back. He's like, where do I go?
Where do I go? Yeah.
And it's
like here goes
sad.
here goes the dutiful oath. You know?
Like,
and
he's not an affable character. There's no quality about Mickey that I like even a little bit at this point.
Well, but
we don't get to see a lot of him, which makes it worse too. That the few times we do see him, he is incompetent.
Yeah, and like we said earlier, it's just kind of everything he does later undermines what they tried to set up. He's the guy in the chair. You're like, oh man, that means he's reliable. And then once he gets to the school, he doesn't know where to go. Yeah. And it's like, okay, you're just undermining.
Yes. And I was like, yes, Mickey is gonna be
the
star of this episode. He's gonna know what's going on. He did the research. He's been on this for a while, and he needs to call the Doctor because he knows that it's some kind of alien life form, something not of this earth, and he is a person to contact. And it never panned out that way, and that's why this episode is disappointing, but I do like Sarah Jane.
Okay, that's what I was going to get to right there, because I did love Sarah Jane because she gave us a kind of insight into exactly what happens to surviving companions.
It is true, because
that was so interesting.
Some of the companions do not survive.
He even mentions that.
Like, especially when Jackie asked, like, in the very beginning, like, hey, can you promise me that Rose will be all right? And he was like, That's P.S. It's not something I do. Yeah.
It's not something I do. Because things happen and people die. They have a level of dedication to me that actually exceeds my dedication to them. That's what I feel. That's really something I do feel. The Doctor may be great, but I feel the companion's level of dedication always exceeds his level of dedication to them, because he is ready to sacrifice himself when it has to deal with 10, 20, or so many more. But if it has to do with one companion, he'll kind of think, maybe I'm not going to have to kill myself. That's all right.
And that's the Doctor's mentality, too, where he's like, when you live forever, like, you know, like the end. And it's a really dark kind of area in this episode that's generally very happy, where he was like, I live forever. Humans die, you will grow old, and you will die, and I will go on living. Yeah. What do you want me to do? And he kind of just leaves it up to Rose, and it's like, you're a human. I'm sorry. Like, and it gets super dark really fast in that one little point. Yeah. But, like, I do like Sarah Jane, how she brings up the whole thing where it's like, oh, man, what happens to us? Like, we go on these adventures and then you leave us and we're just supposed to be okay.
Yeah, you just use me. You use me up till there's nothing left. Yeah. And then after that, you move on and find someone else.
Toxic
and it's
relationships.
Just like, yes, oh my God, so many lineups right there. Right on it. Funny thing, Jesse Torres, hello, hi, shout out to you. He says that this was the first episode of Doctor Who, modern or classic era, that he ever saw.
What did you think about this episode? Did it hook you? Did you have any questions? Were you confused about anything? Because this is kind of interesting for Doctor Who fans, because Sarah Jane is someone from previous. Same thing with K9 that the Doctor gave her later on.
And I love it because it was like you said, we were just getting hit after hit of classic Who stuff, and it was just like, oh man, more classic Who references, and it made people who never watched the show back then start to look up and be like, oh well, what else happens? What else happens on Doctor Who?
And she's an extremely popular character. She had her own spin-off series, the Sarah Jane Adventures. So
that's
it was
right.
Like on for like 6 years or something like that.
This was a backdoor pilot for it. So that was the great thing for it. So it was like, okay, we get our backdoor pilot for the Sarah Jane Chronicles. And I was like, that once again, that moment that threw me off, I was like, wait, Mickey wasn't on the Sarah Jane Chronicles, right? And then, but when he asked, like, hey, can I blah, 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 can I join in? I was like, wait a minute, he better not be talking to her, because that didn't happen on the show. And then I was like, okay. I was like, wait, I don't remember all this to be happening that way. But look at the comparison for her. Like, I just love that whole view of like how she was then and how she is now. And it's just like,
and it's very interesting, like her pose too, because she dealt with a lot of kind of like sexist comments from the doctor and how to like, she was like, quite the feminist. And like, I like how she speaks up, where like she is not afraid to be vulnerable, or she tells the doctor like, I waited for you. Like, we had this relationship, and I thought it meant more, and it obviously meant more to me than it did for you. And she's not afraid to be vulnerable, but at the same time, she's like, yo, that's messed up. Why do you do that? You can't be doing that to people, you know? Yeah. So she does speak her mind, which I feel like she has agency, even though she's the one that's the companion.
Yes. And I love the fact that she did, because it was at a time where, I mean, she's been in a time, what you said, back then, where it was just like, oh, great, who is she? And just another female running around. You're an assistant to the doctor. Now, of course, now we're called companions. Yeah. Things have changed. And the thing is, what she did is really set up everything else that happens as far as companions and how he treated them. Yeah. And it's like, that's why she's so important. That's why we brought her back for this. And I love that when her and Rose start getting into the dozens. Yes.
Oh man, they were so petty. Like that
it was
level
so good.
Of jealousy. It was actually, it's very difficult to watch, like rewatching.
It was.
Because like, obviously I'm not partial to Rose, but Rose thinks that she has this great connection with the doctor that no one else has ever had. And running into Sarah Jane and being like, we had that. And it's a mirror for Rose to be like, that will be me.
Yes.
And I don't know if that's why she kind of clings on to Mickey more, because she's like, he will eventually leave me. At least Mickey will be there, you know?
But yeah, and that's the thing. It was like, it took her that long to really think about it and be like, oh my gosh, that's me. Like, yeah. Sarah Jane essentially puts it out there and says, like, almost, I was in love with you. Like, ultimately, that's what she's saying.
I waited for you.
Yes.
And you never came back.
And then literally, it essentially happens to her. But puts her in an alternate. He's gonna put her in an alternate reality with a copy, and even though she knows she got this clone copy, she's sitting there waiting for the doctor. Yeah. And he'll never come back.
You never know. But that's the thing too, because you actually see that the doctor really did care about Sarah Jane. Like when they first meet, he's like, Sarah Jane, like, oh my, you're brilliant. I love seeing you. And then they actually meet, and you can tell that I felt like Tennant's performance really showed that he loved her as well.
Yes.
And that was the thing. And Rose can obviously see it. It's like that kind of connection is palpable, like even seeing this. And like, so I understand that jealousy. And it's kind of funny to see Sarah Jane act like that too, because she's never had closure on the relationship.
Not at all.
And that's why she's kind of acting petty. Rose is acting petty because she's just petty and jealous. And that is what she's made of.
Well, it's a young woman sitting there thinking that she has claim to something that she doesn't, and now she's really understanding the fact that she does not have claim to the doctor.
And the doctor does lay it out, where it's like, you're gonna grow old, get haggard, and die, and I don't have time for that, because guess what? I live forever.
Yeah. I can't spend my time hanging around with some old lady. Get out of my way. You're ruining everything. So that's pretty much what he was saying.
But Rose ultimately does decide that, having this is better than going back to Earth and living a regular life. She's like, well, are you still going to come?
Well,
she talks to Sarah Jane and she's like, is it still worth it? And Sarah Jane is like, it's worth it.
It's worth it.
You have to go. It's going to break your heart, but you have to do it.
Well, because, like you said, you show me the cosmos. You show me the infinite, the infinite schism almost. You show me everything.
Like time and space, like infinite possibilities. And I love their bickering back and forth. I've seen werewolves. I've seen vampires. I've seen aliens.
Oh, God, I loved it.
And kind of these callbacks, like Daleks, like, I saw them.
Like, I saw it all. Yeah, you're just like, dang. And then that's when they realize, like, what are we doing right now? I thought it was going to be one of those where it was like, wait, are we both fighting over someone who really isn't worried about? I thought that's how it was going to go, but it didn't. It just went like, oh, we're fighting.
But they're fighting over someone that is unattainable, and I think that's what Doctor Who is. Why he regenerates, because none of us. He's not our doctor, and why we pick one particular doctor as ours, where it's like mine's Matt Smith, like other people's are Tennant.
Yeah, that's true.
Some people are like,
Ultimately, you can go ahead, but we all
share him. Yeah. Like no matter how much we love our doctor, we have to share.
Him with everyone else, and that's exactly what we got right there. Yeah. I love that. I love that. That's not a way to really think about it, but it's the best way to think about it.
Yeah, and they do come to terms with that, and they're able to become fast friends. And I do like that they're able. Both of them kind of grow up in that moment where they're like laughing together, and they're like, we're fighting over this this alien Dr. Man, and this is absolutely ridiculous.
Exactly.
And it gave me a moment that, like, Rose can be grown up if given that opportunity. I'm glad they wrote her like that she still wasn't jealous and petty at the end.
Very true, very
and
true.
She was more, like, self-aware of, like, this will be me, and I need to make decisions based on what's best for me.
Also, weird moment. When Mickey says, "Oh, it's girlfriend and ex-girlfriend,"
yeah,
and I'm like, Mickey, do you realize what you're saying here? Like, you know,
Mickey knows that he's
your girlfriend. Like,
that's not his girlfriend.
You're the other guy now, right? Like,
yeah, he knows.
So Mickey's
like,
"Oh yeah,
Rose
I'm the side
on
dude."
multiple occasions. Mickey knows that he is not the boyfriend, even though the doctor might refer to him.
He said it's the ex and the missus.
The ex and the missus. But I'm sitting there looking at him like, wait a minute. So you're just a side dude. You know this about yourself.
He has to.
Oh,
dude, Rose left him
dude.
multiple times and didn't even invite him along. And the first time the doctor's like, I don't want you because
that's right.
That's
right. Yeah, like I don't want you here.
I'm gonna take her to the ends of the earth, literally. I'm gonna watch the earth explode, die, be the last of the humans.
Yeah,
you know?
I mean, essentially, he's like, listen here, cuck. And he's like, okay, all right. And you're like, yeah, that's how that's gonna work out. And he's like, okay. All right, I'll allow that to happen. Yeah. It's like, yeah, you're going to allow anything I said to happen right now. That's how it's going to work. And Mickey just, the guy is an idiot. Like, Mickey is such, I can't wait till he gets his redeemable moment and finally meets a woman that helps him and makes him into a man.
The build-up is just so slow, because even at the end, like we already discussed, like, can I come? Like a little lost puppy. It's like, please don't leave me this time. I'm useful. Please take me along. And they're just, both Rose and the doctor are like, God, he's standing right there. Like, he's basically already in the TARDIS.
He's making eye contact. Just say yes. Okay, ready?
And we didn't even say yes. We're just kind of like.
I know. What are you gonna do? I'm gonna get you one.
And I feel like this is how it sets up. And like, I don't know. I don't have too much more to say about this episode because like
we did. You said puppy.
All right.
Key word. K9.
Oh yes.
Come on.
He is
save the day.
Oh my God, that was probably the most emotional part where it's like,
oh my God, then he
but you're too close,
himself.
and he was like, affirmative, and he was like, yeah. It's like, you're a good dog, affirmative. And I was like, oh, right? This tin dog that we've only just met and in 22 minutes captured my heart. Unlike these, how many episodes of Rose and Mickey I don't care about?
I don't care about them, but I want K9.
In like this hour episode, I was like, no, you are a good dog.
K9 did everything great. He was able to go ahead and save everyone from the flying bat people, and then after that, sacrifices himself so that this way everyone else can live. And that was bravo. That was good.
And I like how the doctor's just like, I probably have like 20 of these in the back that are like mass produced. Here's a surprise. You still don't mean anything to me, Sarah Jane. I'm going to run into you a couple more times, but don't think it means I care about you.
Yeah, don't think it means anything.
Life is infinite for me. You're nothing but a small little speck of dust. And
hey, it was a jump off. It didn't mean anything. Don't worry about it. I'll see you later.
But it was sweet, and I like how Sarah decides for her own life purposes of like, I had my closure. It may have taken like decades and decades.
True.
But I have my closure and I can move on with my life, and I choose not to go with you. And she's going to be a fantastic journalist. She's going to be exploring a lot. We'll see her, I feel like, at least a couple more times.
I think we see her twice.
At least two more times for sure.
Yeah, and then after that, she has her own series, and that goes on for a while, and the doctor shows up once on that. So, I mean, ultimately, it was still a fun episode.
It was a great episode. It's one of those, like, Sarah Jane K9 makes it really good. Rose gets a little, like, introspective and is like, oh, God, I'm not, like, the only one. He's had other women. In fact, surprise, he's had quite a lot of other women companions.
Yeah, we'll see on the next episode that he definitely has one.
Yes.
So,
the next episode I'm super excited to talk about. So tune in next Sunday.
Oh, this is going to be so good.
It's a really good episode. And I feel like it's one of those where you don't necessarily need to know what's going on outside of Doctor Who universe.
No. Just right what happens.
Self-contained
episode, and it's really great. So ultimately, what are you looking to give this episode?
I'm actually going to give this episode, because I always rate all of these Rose episodes extremely low. I'm going to give this one a 5. It's one of the few times that I actually kind of liked her. Didn't like her when she was bickering, but by the end, I felt like she saw something in Sarah Jane where like the potential for growth is there. I don't know, it's not going to happen. But in this episode, I feel like she is a different woman and will conduct herself differently. She doesn't. But at the end of this episode, objectively have to give it a 5.
All right. I definitely understand. This episode would have gotten a 5 for me, but there are moments where it became almost overly cheesy. I know it's Doctor Who, and you're thinking to yourself, well, it's Doctor Who. There's no such thing as
cheese.
Yeah, there's no such thing as holding the cheese.
You have to have a little bit of cheese to make it good.
No, but see, that's the thing. It's like it already starts off in the cheesy, and we're like, yeah, we definitely enjoy that portion.
Yes.
But then, like the moments where Professor Giles is like, doing that yell thing, and it was like, this is kind of weird. And it just kind of took me out of the episode for a moment. But then after that, everyone else brought me back in. So because of that, I said I was going to give it a 5, taking just a little bit away, giving it a 4.5. That's all.
Completely understandable, especially since the CGI back in here, like the bad people just didn't look good.
Oh,
and I
that
like how
was,
they circumvented it, where he's like, I like my human form, also because we don't have the funds to make me into a CGI bat person.
They just blew a lot of it on that one that did a flyby.
Yeah.
You're wondering why he didn't pick up anyone. That costs money.
So I do definitely understand the cheese factor and having to bring it down just a little bit.
True.
For those of you in the chat, if anyone wants to communicate what you thought this episode out of 5 is, out of 5 sonic screwdrivers.
Ooh, Jesse Torres is going high. He's like, you know what? I understand you guys are doing out of 5. He's going ahead and giving it a 10. He says, while not the best Tennant era episode, it was enjoyable, and it was the one that introduced me to Doctor Who. So I'm giving it a 7 out of 10.
Nice, and I'm glad that this was really good. And someone.
Oh my God! Someone's at our TARDIS door, and then Tom Craven gives he gives it 5 sonic screwdrivers,
nice.
All out of 5. Yeah, he says just for K9 and 5 more. He says and 5 more just for the line from Tennant saying "My Sarah Jane."
Yes.
His Sarah Jane. I love
really
that.
Is.
I love that. And that one really did.
That connection is solid, and it does make me want to go back to some of the older ones and see what's up.
Oh, definitely.
And relive it, because it's like, man, her character is so great. I absolutely love seeing her, and I can't wait to see her again.
Makes it really good, and that's why I think I loved it the most. Oh God, here it is.
Are you guys
ruining our? Are we? Are we? Yeah. See, this is what happens, guys.
We are live from Gallifrey.
Exactly. Our TARDIS flies around. We pick up people.
That was Nikki, who just wanted to.
Once again.
Look at that. We just let him in, and
I don't even know why we see. I told you we should have said no. We should have left him alone. We should have left there. There's simply a void. We open the door, we push them out, and we just keep going.
All right.
Show back up.
And we're gonna keep going next Sunday, hopefully around 6:00. Give or take our little
timing a little depends, but usually we'll be around 6:00. So definitely we look forward to seeing you guys every week here, Sunday 6:00 for Doctor Who. And next week we'll be talking once again more Doctor Who. It will be a great one. Girl in the Fireplace.
Yes.
Will be the episode.
That is one of my favorite episodes.
It is. So. It's one of mine. So I can't wait to go ahead and discuss it. We thank you guys for watching, and make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Keep up to date with everything trending
in geek pop culture.
All right. Bye, guys.